the very oldest language on the face of this very earth. Chiko dikabia mapuni nyani ne chineke no yende sona efewe na usiala nyina ina koza hanso ya mbuni onanye na jama we anyana ge farusi obona nege ole kali nyani ne kale ke mo ne kale obia mnendi nden so na ya na usiala ni obadi ndo na to kole no toto a eyi aba no wanene bebu mo yo and when I raise it because no balance in the Kahara and you were not young. Because you will make a difference with your source and we're not but you know what? They will like you to believe that someone is the cause of it. No. I am the solution, and the only way they can get to you is by kicking me out, which is not possible. I have come. Look what you do. After I am done with Nigeria, Biafra will be free and enjoy freedom. Biafra will know the importance of freedom and what happens in 5 years to come. Thank you. The very oldest language on the face of this very earth. Chiko dikabia mapuni nyani ne chineke no yende sona efewe na usiala nyina ina koza hanso ya mbuni onanye na jama we anyana ge farusi obona nege ole kali nyani ne kale ke mo ne kale obia mnendi nden so na ya na usiala ni obadi ndo no toto a eyi aba no wanene bebu mo yo and when I raise it because no balance in the Kahara and you were not young. Because you will make a difference with your source. But you know what? They would like you to believe that Samuel is the cause of it. No. I am the solution, and the only way they can get to you is by kicking me out, which is not possible. I have come. Look with you. After I am done with Nigeria, Biafra will be free and enjoy freedom. Biafra will know the importance of freedom and what I'm going to do in 5 years to come. Thank you.
Ask him, God is the Lord. God is the Lord. Praise him.
Breaking news reaching us now, the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB, Nnamdi Kanu, has been arrested, extradited to Nigeria, and is right now being arraigned at the Federal High Court in Abuja. Kanu is facing charges bordering on treasonable felony instituted against him at the Federal High Court.
It was an unjust war.
Long ago, in the heart of Biafra, a nation was born from the ashes of war. A war that scarred the land and its people, yet it never killed the spirit of freedom.
The war aim of Biafra is purely to prevent ourselves being slaughtered, nothing more.
It was in this land, scarred by conflict, that Nnamdi Kanu was born, a son destined to revive the dream of independence for Biafra.
And if anybody is going to judge our success and failure in this war, it will have to depend on how much we have prevented the enemy from killing us.
Raised with the echoes of his ancestors' struggles, Kanu understood that the wounds of war ran deep in the hearts of his people. The scars from the Biafran War, which ravaged the land and cost countless lives, had never healed. The dream of an independent Biafra, broken but not forgotten, lived on in the hearts of those who survived. It was these voices, these memories, that called him to action. As Nnamdi Kanu grew, so did his voice. He became a preacher of justice, a messenger for those who were unheard. He spoke not just for his generation, but for all those whose lives were shattered by the war. The pain of the past was alive within him, and his words resonated with the cries of the oppressed. But as Kanu's message spread, so did the fear of the establishment. His calls for self-determination grew louder, shaking the very foundations of the government. They feared the revival of a Biafran spirit, one that could awaken the wounds of the past and ignite a new conflict. And so, they moved against him. Nnamdi Kanu was arrested, his body captured, but his spirit unbroken. The authorities believed that imprisoning him would extinguish the fire he had started. But they failed to understand the depths of his cause. The pain of the war, the bloodshed of the past, was not something easily forgotten. It was a flame that could never be fully extinguished. His arrest became a symbol of the struggle that began in the blood-soaked fields of the Biafran War. The demand for freedom was still alive. The fight for justice continued, not just for Nnamdi Kanu, but for all the lives lost, for all the children born into a world of scars. The fight for Biafra is not just his fight. It is the fight of all those who have ever dreamed of a free land. And though the past may haunt the present, the future is still unwritten. As long as the story of Nnamdi Kanu is told, as long as the voices of his people rise, the dream of Biafra lives on. Arrested again, 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 and yet again.
I agitate for Biafra. I agitate for Biafra, my right to agitate, my right. They turned it from treasonable felony now to terrorism.
This is Nnamdi Kanu speaking. Biafra land, listen. They thought they could silence me, but they didn't just cage me. They caged your spirit. They made you forget that our land still bleeds, that our people still suffer, that nothing has changed. 5 years in chains. But what about you? Are you not free? Or have they bound your voice with fear? The struggle was never about me, it was about you, your children, your land, your future. So I ask you, where is the fire that once burned in your heart? Where is the voice that once roared for freedom? Wake up! Rise again. Speak, act, remember who you are. This is Nnamdi Kanu.
The temple himself, the general, you are welcome to our barrack. Moisa. The Igbo Butuzo, the general himself of Biafran Armed Forces. We welcome you, sir. Jimauti man, gallant man. Gallant man.
Welcome each and every one of you. And before we proceed, we are going to pray. As it is usual with us here on this platform, we pray because we are nothing without the Almighty. We are going to offer praise and adoration to Him as always. And I will, of course, should I say, unfailingly pray in the language of heaven. Some may misunderstand, some of them may try to misconstrue, but one thing is certain right now, in the presence of the Almighty God, Elohim, Adonai, El Shaddai in heaven, the angels are singing, worshiping, and praising the Most High with the very oldest language on the face of this very earth, the Igbo language. And that's how I'm going to pray. Ezi onye nwe anyị na Chineke nna nke pụrụ ime ihe niile, Chukwu okike abịa ma bụ onye anyị na-efe na-agọzi aha nsọ ya, onye ọbụla ya na-achị, onye mmụọ na mmadụ na-erubere isi, onye ọbụla ya bụ ọkaka. Ụbọchị ene ka anyị na-etuga eze ebube dị ngọzi, mmalite na ọgwụgwụ, ndị gboo wee tuo oge ebighị ebi. Onye nwe m, ụmụ gị wee gbakọọ n'ụwa niile iwe nara ozi ọma nke gị onwe gị n'ezi ha site n'ọnụ mmadụ dị ndụ nna nke ebere dị ngọzi. Anyị wee na-asị na onweghị ihe ọbụla nke anyị onwe anyị bụ n'ihi na ọ bụ anụkpa ahụ sọsọ ka mmadụ dị ndụ bụ. Ofu ụbọchị anyị ga-anwụ, maka na okwu nsọ gị na-adịgị ma ruo mgbe ebighị ebi. N'ihi na okwu gị niile ga-abịarịrị na mmezu. Ọbịa mere Biafra ga-eji wee bịa na mgbe nke anyị. Anyị wee na-akpọkụ wee na-arịọ gị na-asị, lekwa ude nke anyị na-asụ n'akwa nke anyị na-ebe ka o metụta gị n'obi. Onye nwe m na Chineke nna nke igwe, biko dịka isi wee napụta ụmụ gị n'ọbụ n'Ijipt kwetu wee wezuga ụmụ gị bụ ndị Biafra mgbe ekwensu bụ zuu nke mmadụ dị ndụ kere. Anyị wee na-aja gị mma, na-asị gị n'ime ọnọdụ anyị anyị ga-ekele ha nsọ gị, wee nye gị nsọpụrụ n'ụtụ na eji ama mgbe niile. N'ihi na anyị enweghị chi ọzọ ewezuga gị, anyị nwe anyị anaghị efe arụsị. Ọbịa mere iji wee na-agọzi nzọmụkwụ anyị niile. Ọbịa mere IPOB ji wee gbaa mgbọrọgwụ n'ụwa niile. Anyị anaghị atụ egwu mmadụ dị ndụ. Anyị wee na-eto gị eze ebube dị ngọzi, sị gị biko gbatara anyị ọsọ enyemaka. Ọ bụ naanị gị bụ onye anyị na-efe nwa anyị isi ala nye ka i wee napụta ndị gị n'ọbụ nke ekwensu. Anyị wee na-enye gị ofe na nsọpụrụ na ija mma, na-asị lekwa ka ndị iro anyị niile ka kasị wee baa ha ọnụ, ha wee daa hapụghị ikuni ọzọ. Obodo ekwensu bụ zu ala nwekwa n'iyi eze ebube dị ngọzi. Anyị ọnwa anyị bụ ụmụ gị wee na-akpọkwa ha nsọ gị, na-asị na enweghị chi ọzọ ewezuga gị. Anyị wee na-aja gị mma, wee na-eto gị, na-asị onye kere ihe niile kere eke mana onwe onye kere, na n'otuto niile na nsọpụrụ niile na ịja mma niile site n'ebighị ebi mara ebighị ka a na-arịọ gị. Ise ise ise. Having handed over our proceedings to heaven, we must therefore proceed unfailingly and very speedily to preach this very gospel that we have been mandated to preach this very day.
And God will destroy the black race. We shall remain slaves to the wise forever and ever. As long as we continue to reason this wickedly, it can never be well with black people. I tell you, we are evil. The man is blind in one. There is no compassion. No single compassion. Nobody is moved by the plight of this man. All you think about is Iran. You think about Shia. What nonsense? What planet are you living on? What planet are you living on? Blacks are to blame. Your so-called Nigerians are to blame for this very mess. So also is the American ambassador to Nigeria. So also is the British High Commissioner to Nigeria. These are the people supporting evil. When Obama came to remove Jonathan, I told you that Obama would remove Jonathan, and Jonathan was removed. Look at where we are today. People will come into my village with AK-47, rape my mother, slaughter us, and they give them land. Somebody is simply protesting, release my leader, not that they're protesting against any court order or court ruling or judgment. They are asking you to obey what your court said. You refused. You responded by killing them. And you went back to the same court, the same Federal High Court of Nigeria, in the same Abuja, to go and obtain an order proscribing his group. The same law, the same judgment you said you will not obey. You are now going back to obey the one that suits you. And you're telling me that Nigeria is a nation, that Nigeria is a country? This COG, black people. Do you now begin to see the reason why God looked at us and said, you people are evil? Because of that, I'll make you slaves to whites. Do you see why we are suffering? Because your heart is evil. You don't reason properly. These are people who can, because Yoruba media wants 2023 for Tinubu to be president, they condone every evil. And if Yoruba nation does not take time, I tell you tonight that evil shall overcome Yoruba land. I say what I say with justification. I will read the coverage of Punch newspaper. Punch newspaper, Yoruba paper. You people are satanic. You are evil. The personification of the forces of darkness. You people are evil. If it's happening and you keep quiet, you cannot confront who Fulani headsmen. Oh, I don't know why God brought me to Africa. I don't know why. I should have come as a tree in the forest. Maybe they cut me down and use me as for center table. I'll be useful at least. Do you see why God said you must be under Europeans? Asia is progressing. South America is progressing. The only place not growing in the world is Africa, because you people are evil. You support evil. Your heart is black as we are. Evil, darkness. Ochichiri, you are in a country where your so-called president from Sudan decides which judge am I going to obey. I don't like this ruling, I want to obey it. I like this one, let me obey it. And you people are keeping quiet. You are quiet and evil is happening. And you're telling me you're educated. You're telling me you have conscience. And tomorrow you go to church. Oh, dear me. This assignment is too much. I tell Elohim it's too much for me. I cannot come from a continent where people cannot reason, where there is no conscience, where wickedness and evil is the order of the day. The black race is a disgrace to humanity. The black race is an eyesore on this very earth, I tell you that. It's an eyesore. You know, John, evil is happening and you're quiet. Because Zagzag is not your brother, not your sister. Do you know how people feel about your religion? Do you know how they feel about you and your religion? People will have the guts in America to complain about racist attacks. Oh, that the West attacking with the racist. I wish they can kill all of us there, I'm telling you the truth. We don't deserve to be alive. Black people do not deserve to walk. We are a stain on the earth. Our wickedness stinks to high heavens and back. We are an evil race. Quote me, that's what I said. Mark the date of today. In any other country on this earth, what Jubril did, we will send him back to Sudan immediately. How can you decide which judge to obey? That idiot that didn't go to school. Malami is saying, if not for what I've been doing, detaining people without trial, there's no Nigeria. Nigeria for whose benefit? For your benefit and for some Yoruba people. for the benefit of those that make billions on oil and gas from Biafra land. That's all. That some idiots are too blind to see it. They say I should speak like a head of state. Which stupid head of state is that? Which useless head of state is that? In a place where people cannot reason like human beings. You know my head of state. Oh dear Lord, have mercy. We are an evil race. Anytime you see another black person being killed in America, know that God is punishing you for what you have done because you're evil. Evil beyond evil, I'm telling you. And who brought this nonsense on us? It's not Obama. It's not a black man. Who brought this mess into this zoo? It's Obama. Isn't it? And they ran to the British to sustain what is unsustainable. Everybody knows that Buhari is dead. They know it. Everybody knows. Yoruba media knows. Everybody knows. But because you don't want the time to be proven right, you don't want IPOB to be proven right, you have decided to cover up evil. It will consume you. Yoruba media will suffer. Yoruba media will suffer. They will suffer and they will suffer for this injustice they keep on against ordinary people. Poor people. In your journey, my banquet. Because you control newspaper. Your preachers are in Pentecostal churches. They tell the idiots what to do and they obey them. They cannot rise up from the pulpit and speak the truth. Because Zagzag is not a Christian, he's not a Pentecostalist. Let's leave him to die. You are evil. You are beyond evil. We are a useless race. Black race is a disgrace on humanity. White people can never allow such nonsense to happen. It doesn't. If everybody will die, they can't allow it to. That's the difference between black and whites. Whites cannot allow this nonsense to happen. Don't tell me about cases during slavery. It was our idiotic ignorance and wickedness that allowed God to hand us over to whites to enslave us. We are wicked. We are a wicked race. That is why we are suffering. Dara, I must continue because the truth must be spoken on this very platform. Your Zoo Constitution guarantees freedom. Freedom of worship, freedom of speech, the right to even protest is there. They don't obey their own laws because they don't know. When you appoint a chief justice who is more or less, how can I put it? Okay, myself, like a native doctor. This is the nonsense you get. Now you're telling me in a country that claims it practices democracy, that you can choose which of the judges to obey his or her ruling and which one to ignore. Is that what you're telling me? The same court you said I will not obey your order. You went back to the same court to go and obtain an order to keep somebody in prison in perpetuity and to ban his movement. Hey, we blacks have taken wickedness and impunity to a different level altogether. That is what we have done. We have redefined wickedness. I never believed in my life that Africa can be so, not just back, of course we're backwards. Who doesn't know we're backwards? We have added another layer of evil to it. No wonder Michael Jackson was bleaching himself to be white. I do apologize to Michael. I have now seen what he saw. Michael Jackson was trying to make himself white because he looked at us and knew that we are evil. This Yoji, evil upon evil. You claim you're fighting corruption. All those you are appointed are corrupt individuals. Buhari, before he died, they got into power on the back of corrupt money, River State money stolen by Amici. Today, Buhari's son is the fourth richest person in Africa. And they're fighting corruption. You people are useless. Hopeless to the core. Quote me right is what I said. You're hopeless. Shia group IMN, Islamic Movement of Nigeria, or for Nigeria, I don't know what they call them. is not a terrorist group. It is not and can never be. For all that nonsense, people saying they're tied to Iran and all that rubbish, that is bunkum. El Zagzagi, what crime did he commit? We shall get to that later. There is no other place on this earth that a religious body has ever been prescribed. Never. Not on this earth. All this nonsense with Shia and the Sunni Islam is their business. Nothing to do with the secular constitution. So when Jubril and when Abba Kyari and El Rufai crossing up to Saudi Arabia, don't you see it? When Obama was bowing before the king of Saudi Arabia, did you not see it? Did not see it. I'm sure you didn't. You people are cowards. There is no place on this earth, not even in Saudi Arabia, can you ban. Do you know they have Shia in Saudi Arabia? Have they been banned? How can you go and take a leader of a movement and you expect them to keep quiet? Like other people are keeping quiet. That's what you expect. You bring your wickedness and injustice upon the people and you expect them to just sit down and take it. The answer is no. Like IPOB won't take it. We'll keep on agitating until we are free. Because one day everybody will die, isn't it? Nobody lives forever. Nobody does. So Biafra must come. The blame for what is happening, I don't call it zagzaggy. The blame for the injustice in the zoo that the British created is caused by 3 groups of people. Only 3. Our stupidity as black people. The British High Commission and the British Mission in Nigeria is satanic. Another one is the American ambassador to Nigeria. They collect money from Nigerian government not to send the accurate report back to their home countries. I bet you that the State Department in America does not know what is happening in the zoo because they embellish it. Is farmer header crisis, is a clash. The police and the army came shooting dead Shia protesters. And you call it a clash between the two. A whole ambassador, American ambassador, is sending back, feeding the State Department in Washington lies about Nigeria. Because they gave him, he's a millionaire. The same thing with the British. This is the level of evil and wickedness we have. American embassy in Nigeria, British High Commission in Nigeria, and the stupidity of black people. We are black and we are useless. Those are the 3 factors holding you down as a perpetual slave. I didn't say it's the American official policy or the British official policy. No. I said their missions in Nigeria. The American ambassador is corrupt. The British High Commissioner is more than corrupt. Nigeria, they should be probed. Nigeria gives them money to lie and to falsify their mission reports back to their home countries. If you ask them now, they will write. When you ask them, what are you doing about El Zagzagi? No, I think we sense some trouble. There may be a link with Iran. There may be a link. All lies. All lies. The U.S. Embassy takes the blame of the mission and the stupidity of us black people. Black Africans, we are useless. Stop pretending we are more than hopeless. Forget all the degrees, PhD, SSG, rubbish. We are useless. Useless. As black people, our natural disposition towards evil, we love evil. This type of nonsense cannot happen in a white man's. It's impossible. You can't try that rubbish. I'm the prime minister, or as Trump is. You choose which laws to obey, which one. They will come to White House and control you out. They said they will bundle you, they will put handcuffs on your ankles and on your wrist. In your next life, you won't mess up. You won't mess with the people. That's how it's done. Do you see how advanced whites are compared to you blacks? Because, you know, when you go to the court sometimes, some of you see the picture of a woman or statue. The woman is blind with a blindfold, with the scale on one hand and sword on the other hand. Some of you go to law school, you don't know what that thing means. They just say, they say law is blind. And look at the idiots. Do you know why they say it's blind? Because it doesn't, justice is blind. It doesn't matter who is affected. It doesn't matter if it's a Shia or IPOB or whoever. It doesn't matter. The law is the law. So when somebody who is a Sunni Muslim gets favorable ruling in the court, they release them. Those doing the killing in the zoo, they are all Sunni, Wahhabi, fundamentalists. It's okay. Give them more land. Why don't you dialogue with them? But once it's Shia. Oh, IPOB, why didn't you go and kill them? After all, the American ambassador will say it's nothing. And that's what they do. Do you know before they came to invade my house that the British government was informed? And they came to go ahead to come and kill me? Are you aware of that? So I'm telling you live on air. Are you aware that the British government, the British High Commission in Nigeria, sanctioned my assassination? Are you aware of that? In time, all will be revealed. Our natural disposition towards evil and wickedness is why a Sudanese can do whatever he likes. Jubilee Sudan. Everybody knows he's from Sudan. Look at him and look at Buhari, and you will know. But your stupidity and your natural cowardice. You are a black person, you cannot reason. This Yogi, black and useless. Black and useless. We are black and we are useless to the core. If you support evil, anything I say about you, you should accept it with good grace. I'm telling you. How did it all begin? Some of you may ask this evening. How did we come to this stage of rejecting one judgment but accepting another from the same court, depending on the judge who is ruling in your favor? 7 out of 8 children of Zagzagi has been murdered by Nigerian state. And you're telling me he doesn't have the right to be angry? But you won't see anything wrong with it because you're black. Anytime you go on social media, you see somebody not making any sense, that person is probably a black person. According to my dear friend and brother, I'm borrowing what he wrote because it's correct. Fanika Yode. I'm borrowing what he wrote. You shot his wife in the stomach. The wife was shot 4 times and has been in detention till now. Not just like that, even the wife is also in detention. This man was shot and blinded in one eye. Zagzagi. It doesn't touch you because you're black. You know, as a black person, your heart is cold. Cold and blind to light. Because you're black from Africa. You are evil. You don't empathize. There is no empathy. You don't see. All you care about is, oh, who is winning? So since the Fulanis are now killing everybody and they're on top, let me support Fulani. You have no soul and you have no conscience. That is why God placed you. I'm asking God, but what did I do? Why take me to Africa? I'm still thinking and asking God, what did I do? Because I am better off as maybe as something that could be useful to humanity. We black are useful to mankind. We are a waste of space. We are clogging up space for mankind. I'm telling you the truth. We are useless. You did all this to this man, and you think you will succeed. What is the crime of Sheikh El Zagzagi? You bring out, he had the same thing you did when I formed BSS. He said, oh, can you see them? Can you see them? But you cannot see funny headsmen. You can't see them. They're the ones killing you and raping you every day. But you never learn. Because you're black and you're timid. I'm so upset tonight. I wouldn't normally do a program like this, but I am enraged. Enraged Africa is a disgrace. Trump was thinking about, said he was going to, what he said was he was going to deport people from America. He should start very, very quickly.
You own businesses everywhere in Nigeria. For that reason, you want everybody to die. Nobody is above death. Death is going to visit everybody. Just have to pray that you live and make impact in this life. The impact that matters now, as far as Nigeria is concerned, is not the impact to make people millionaires. It is impact to make people to be alive. It is impact to make people to feel secure. It is impact to make people feel they are free. That is the biggest impact you can make. Millions are going to come. People will become millionaires when they are alive. Of what use is it? You make somebody millionaire today and tomorrow he died by gunshot from Fulani. Of what use will it be to the society? You pick up somebody and send him abroad and he come back to Nigeria and police will kill him. It is happening every day. Why do you want to continue to be part of a country like that? Why?
The very oldest language on the face of this very earth.
Because I can say that from what I have just listened from you, it is just not ordinary.
Very wonderful. When my lawyers came to see me, I had a discussion with them about how I'm going to defend myself. I told them that
Welcome. Thank you for joining us on another day. It is a very wonderful week. I welcome you back from the weekend. It has been a very interesting and busy weekend, and today is Monday, another day. We have come once again, as we always do every Monday, to encourage the Biafrans and to speak to Biafran people, to continue to talk on the need for the freedom of the Biafran people. I welcome every one of you that has joined us on this program today, wherever you are joining from. Please, as you join this program, kindly like and share the program. Give a thumbs up to the program. Like and share to everyone you can be able to reach. It is very important. Remember, this is a platform for public opinion, a platform where we address issues that concerns the Biafran people. In this platform, you are entitled to your opinion. As long as you are human with conscience, you are welcome in this platform and you are free to express yourself and say your mind at all times. So I welcome everyone that has connected, wherever you are connecting from. Please like and share the program. In this platform, we do not come here to instigate violence. We do not come to this platform to preach hate. We don't come here to attack anybody. We don't come here to attack people or individuals. We do not come here to attack any race or religion. What we do in this platform is to present Biafra before the whole world as the only remedy to the failed state Nigeria. That is what we have signed up for, and that is what we will continue to do. Presenting Biafra to the world as the only remedy. That is the assignment we have signed up for. So wherever you are, if the message resonates with you, like and share in all the platforms where you belong. When we say we are presenting Biafra as the only remedy, we are not disregarding other tribes or other regions or other nations. No. With respect to every other nation, all we are saying is live and let's live. We are demanding that countries should be created along value system. People should be allowed to grow in their own space at their own speed. That is all we are asking for. Our request is not out of hatred. It is not out of envy or jealousy. It is not because we are too smart. Our request is to save life. That is why we are asking for self-determination. We are asking for self-determination. That we will continue to ask. So wherever you are watching this program from, wherever you are, I welcome every one of you and I thank you for being part of the program. And as the program is going on, feel free to share your own opinion. When the time comes, send in your request. I will bring you in and you make your contribution wherever you are watching from. Whether you are watching us on TikTok, you are watching us on Facebook, or you are with us on YouTube where I am hosting the program. Wherever you are a special guest. And the only thing that qualifies you to be part of the program is to be a human being with conscience. I do not care the group you belong. I don't care your orientation, your religion is not important to us. The only thing that is important to us is humanity, to save humanity in that contraption called Nigeria. And how do you save humanity in Nigeria? Is to create country along value system. That is why we are asking for disintegration of Nigeria. Disintegration of Nigeria doesn't mean war. We are not asking for war. We are not advocating for war. All we are advocating for is a peaceful disintegration of Nigeria for peace to reign everlasting. This is the truth. A hard truth that many people find difficult to understand or believe. But I tell you, we must continue to tell this truth no matter how bitter it is. We will continue to tell the truth. So wherever you are watching me from, I welcome every one of you. This program is going to be a very interesting one. We are going to touch very, very sensitive issues, but I want you to keep your sentiment aside as we discuss. Keep sentiment aside. No matter what is troubling you, no matter what is bothering you, just come with an open mind. You must not agree with everything we have to say this morning. You are entitled to your opinion. And equally, you cannot force me to agree whatever you have in your mind to say. I will speak the way my spirit directs me to speak, based on understanding and what I have seen with my eyes and heard. That is why I speak. I speak based on my own conviction. You equally might have your own conviction. But why we are here is that when we share information, we share views, then the audience can be able to analyze whatever we have said and be able to come to conclusion and take a decision and stance on what they want to do. I will not be the one to take a decision for you. I will not be the one to take a decision for you. You have the right to take your decision. I have the right to make my decision. The most important thing is that in any decision you are taking, let unity of purpose be the watchword. Our target and purpose must be Biafra. How we are going to achieve Biafra. Very, very important. And if you do, I bet you at the end of the day, every one of us will go home happy and Biafra will be achieved. So I welcome everyone connected to this program. Thank you all for joining, wherever you are joining across the world. I appreciate every one of you. And before I go on my formal opening speech on the program and things that I have to do, I can see my beloved brother Tuski is there. Because of his location, I want him to speak before I move on so that I don't waste much of the time. It's not easy being coming up from the direction where he's joining us from. Yeah, welcome, my beloved Tuski.
Good morning, sir. Happy to see you once again, sir. It has been a long time.
Yeah.
Though I've been joining you in your programs, but not coming live with you.
Definitely, I see you.
Yes, sir. Sir, like you said, that is good for us to say our mind without having any bias mind. Very good. You know, a few days ago, our men on ground, Angel Makeup, came to read that Sit at Home has been cancelled, and that they received information from Mazen Nnamdi Kanu to cancel the Sit at Home. So when I saw that news, I was highly disappointed. I was very weak in mind, because I think that has been the only effective protest that is working for us since ever our leader has been incarcerated. Then many Biafrans are not happy about that news. Many Biafra, while some, I don't know their reason, but I'm going to speak my mind. I remember that should be in 2023 when Aloy Ejimako came out to tell us that our leader Mazen Nnamdi Kanu has cancelled Sit at Home. Then I also remembered that at that period that he said that he should go and communicate to Simon, that he should. Then that is when our prime minister then said that he's not going to take instruction from somebody who is in DSS custody, reason best known to him. Then I was saying my own that even if truly that our leader Mazen Nnamdi Kanu said that Sit at Home is cancelled, I don't think that we should obey it. To me, I'm saying, like I speak in my mind. Sorry.
Yes. Yeah.
The reason is because somebody that is incarcerated, there is a way he cannot be speaking he cannot be saying some certain things that will facilitate his continuous stay in detention. So he will let you to understand that the allegation you are giving him. Remember, he was giving an allegation that he ordered Sit at Home. So he has refuted it. It is best known to us that are doing the thing to know with our reason that on no account will our leader come out to tell us publicly or secretly, because there is nothing hidden. There is nothing hidden. Okay, let's say that he come up publicly to come and tell us that sit-at-home should stop. Then maybe he confided in somebody that we should continue. The person will still come out to come and tell us that Nnamdi Kanu confided in him that the sit-at-home should continue. So you can see the two things are contradicting. That is why I said publicly or secretly, there is no how our leader will tell us to stop, to continue sit-at-home. It will always be stop the sit-at-home, because he will not say anything that will indict him. So I want to say that we should continue our sit-at-home. Is to let him know that even if he is telling us that we should stop it, that we are not happy where he is, that we are not happy until he comes out and speaks to us to stop it. That is when we know that he is now a free man, and therefore we are stopping it because he is a free man. Then the other part of my thought is I always like to be obedient. I always like to abide by the rules and regulation of the government. If this sit-at-home now is announced by the United States of Biafra government, then I have no choice to oblige. If this message is coming from them that we should stop this sit-at-home, I cue in, because I will not disobey my government. I don't know whether you're understanding my line of speech.
Yes.
Very good. So that let it not be that my government said something and I said I'm not going to do it. So you stand the opportunity and to tell me whether this information is coming from Biafra government in exile, that is the United States of Biafra. If the message is coming from them, I have no option than to obey them, because they know the reason. They know, because they go far more than I do. They know the people they have met, and maybe they have told them that this is why we are finding it difficult to do this. This is the allegation that has been given to you all the time, and we are not happy with it. So go and stop it so that we know how to help you. So if it is coming from them, sir, I think it's worth obliging to. That is my take. So unless if you are not telling me that it's not coming from them, then I have something again I am insinuating. I have a very something again I'm insinuating. If you remember, this group of people that announced this fall out with our Deputy Prime Minister and our COS. This group of people that made this announcement fall out. I don't know whether reconciliation has taken place. As long as I know, in the beginning, before what happened, that is their silence took place, and then I came out. Biafra, we are very happy. So if they have reconciled, I will be very grateful. But if they have not, I think that they want to use this to see whether if they can hijack the controlling of the struggle. They can take absolutely control. And if they succeeded, you know what it means. So this is what I'm thinking. So you stand the opportunity to say this or that, so that I will know exactly where to be, what to believe and what not to believe.
Thank you so much, my brother Chusky. Thank you so much. This is supposed to be actually the major discussion today, but I wanted to take it after my opening message. But all the same, I think we go with it now. All the same, just have to go with it because it is very important. Just like you said while you were speaking about your opinion, I listened carefully. Everything you said is actually, they are on point. And as a human being, when information come like that, we have that right to digest those informations, think from the left, from the right. You will see so many feelings and so many things coupled with the facts of the things that have happened in this struggle so far. We have had so many drama from right, left, and center, east, west, and north and south. So that is why most time now it is difficult for people to process information. So whenever you see somebody getting confused or people asking so many questions or finding it difficult to capture some information, I don't blame anybody because there has been so many confusions. To the extent that people now, it is very difficult for you to be able to say in black and white what is this and what is that. But the only thing I have to say on that issue is that I have listened to that very broadcast. I actually wanted to play the broadcast so that I can be able to analyze it one after the other, but I'll do that later. When I listened to the broadcast, in a nutshell, the message I saw there is a repetition of what has been said in a very long time.
Okay.
And the most important thing that I see there in that very program, it is not stopping sit at home.
Yes. Yes,
if
you are right.
If you watch carefully from the beginning of the message, if you base your understanding or argument only on the beginning of the message, you get it wrong. But when you listen and go ahead, you find out that he still made it open, that the sit at home continues, which is in my hand and in your hand. It is in our hand to decide, just like you are saying. Either to stop,
very good, very good.
So when it comes to that, the only thing I see there is the exoneration of our leader and the people that the government have been using their name up to even indicting them and killing them with the situation of Nigeria now that Donald Trump is coming in. Nigeria is looking for every means possible to indict us or to transfer the attention of the government onto the Biafra land to begin invasion. And when they come to Biafra to invade, of course, you know the Liberation Army is the one they're going to go after.
Yes.
So in order to create a clear exoneration, because even you and I know that for a very long time, nobody is enforcing sit at home anywhere.
Yes.
There is nobody enforcing it, but they continue to create this information. This information continues to go on their media. Every now and again, enforcement. So what I just saw there is just a clear statement to exonerate Mazen Nandekanu and those on ground who have been indicted about it. But talking about the sit at home, even as they said it, the only thing we have to do, we as an individual, it is our responsibility to continue to hold what we know is there to our hand. And to make it clear that nobody is enforcing it. Nobody is deciding for you to sit or not to sit.
Sir, you are very correct.
Excuse me. If we don't listen to it openly with a clear heart, we will end up misunderstanding, and then we create chaos among ourselves and we'll be fighting each other. There are certain things that when it happens, we go home, just like as you are now, you know the reason why you obey the sit at home. You personally know. Every Biafran know personally why they committed that day to do that. So that's why I say if you base the discussion on the first part of that message, you get it wrong. But when you take it to the last part of it, which they even say that you cannot force anybody to go out or come in. You cannot force any Biafran to come out for the broadcast or not to come out for the broadcast. And where they are going to come in is that when you begin to force Biafrans to come out, if you begin to enforce coming out, it becomes a problem. But the only accusation that they are fighting against now is the enforcement. That is what I saw there. The enforcement. The enforcement.
Wait on, sir. Clearly understood.
Just like you said, Mazen Nandekanu cannot give an order for us to sit at home from the inside. He will not tell us to sit at home. And when Mazen Simon Eber said he will not obey, Mazen Simon, that's what I tell people, you know. Mazen Simon gave reasons.
Yes.
Understandable reasons why we will not obey that instruction.
Yes, sir.
So when people say, Mazen Simon Eber say he will not obey, like there are some people that use that term and they use it wrongly. Because while Mazen Nandekanu, there are thousands of information that came from Mazen Nandekanu that Mazen Simon obeyed. And you know that.
Yeah. Correct. Right? I know, sir. I know.
There are thousands of information that you obey.
Yes,
so when he said, I will not obey, it is for a particular reason. And he gave that reason clear in a clear terms. So that is why when I saw the information that came, when the Liberation Army made that statement, I had no problem with it. I didn't have any problem with it. I didn't have to think twice about it.
It's okay. It's okay, sir. You know, that is why.
Okay, go ahead, Chief. Go ahead.
That is why all this why I've not been happy not communicating with you direct. You understand? Yesterday, I was talking with my friend. I was trying to analyze this with my own knowledge. I was telling my friend that these guys did not even stop sit at home. They didn't stop it because they made it. They did not stop it, but rather, you know, allegation has been on that they are enforcing it.
Exactly.
Number one,
they mention their name. Anytime that accusation comes, even on media, their name is mentioned. That is why they want to kill them.
So what they did now, they want to exonerate our leader from the whole world and also exonerate themselves. You understand? Exonerate themselves. So that is exactly what they have done. So I'm very grateful to understand this perfectly. That is why I wish to join you this morning. And I am at the same time I'm telling people, like some people, when I try to incite, trying to let them know that it at all has stopped. Some of them we are saying no, it has not stopped, or they did that, you know. So which means Biafra are willing to sacrifice themselves to make sure our leader is released.
My brother, do you remember the first time that DOS announced this? You remember that Martin Simon Epa supported them to stop it?
Yes.
He supported them. But Biafrans continued. And because Biafrans continued, he had no choice.
Yes, he has no choice.
He wasn't enforcing. He only sat back. Don't force anybody to come out. Do not. As simple as that. And that is where we are going back to. You know, they always, this is why sometimes when we put sentiment and begin to reason because of maybe one reason or the other, we enter into an argument that will put us in trouble instead of exonerating us. So that is why when you see certain things, you just sit back. Individually, we discuss it, analyze it. If you listen to that program, if you go to the ending part of it, it was very, very clear. Very, very clear. I listened to it to the end. Very, very clear. Very, very clear. They also, at the end, even the Nigerian government and the politicians, they will still use the part that favors them. Yes, they will use the part that favors the correct. Yes. And they want Soludo that on any account he's trying to force people from coming to Monday sit and coming to them, he's going to kindle their anger again. Yes. You understand? So the message is very clear. But look at the challenge now. Some of us are very myopic in reasoning, sir. Many Biafrans are very myopic in reasoning, and all these statements, when you make them, instead of solving a problem, you put them into chaos. Have you seen it now? So that is the challenge, because I remember somebody who just not mentioning the guy's name, he was like saying that that statement is trying to bring problem to us, is going to bring confusion. You understand? Without even reasoning, without even thinking very, very well why that statement is made. You understand? That statement, those guys are very intelligent in coming out to make that statement, sir. I am reasoning it now. They are very, very intelligent, because you know America wouldn't want to. They don't like when you are forcing people to do something that is illegal. Exactly. And they don't like it at all. That is why Finland incarcerates our leader. They don't like when you say something to hurt another person. They don't want to hear it. Rather, they want you to make peace. They always like you speaking on the peaceful side. So that statement they have made, even if they had in mind, America had in mind coming to Nigeria to attack any group or any person, they have completely exonerated themselves. Absolutely. They have let them know that we are not here to fight, to enforce people to sit at home, but rather we are to make peace. But if anybody is voluntarily saying we want to stay at home, that they are free to observe that, and nobody will disturb it. It's very simple and clear. So I want to use this opportunity to also tell all Biafrans that they should not panic about that statement. It doesn't mean harm.
to us. Rather, it meant good.
Yes.
It doesn't mean harm. It meant good. If you want to sit at home, sit at home. If you want to go to work, nobody will disturb you. Go to work. It is your decision to doing that. Nobody will disturb you. You understand? What will be, and what will not be, will not be. You understand? We've done a lot of things to show our grievances on the incarceration of our two leaders. Yes, and we still have more to do. And more especially, we should also commit everything to the hands of God. He is the only liberator. And God is also answering our prayers, because nobody believed in this world that America will interfere. Nobody believed it. Stop.
Wow, I think our brother has either he has a call or network issue. That he has a call and network issue. So let's hold on and see if he can be able to reconnect back, and then he will continue on his life of thought. So everyone that is watching us, please, that message doesn't mean harm. Just like my brother have said, that is just what I wanted people to know about, because we really need to digest informations. And when you see, we can't hear you anymore. I think your network is hooked up. We can't hear you. We can't hear you. Chusky, we can't hear you anymore. Your network is hooked up. So either you go out and come back again so that we can be able to hear you. But as we speak, we can't hear you. We can't hear you, Chusky. We can't hear you. Go out and come back again. Go out and come back again, Chusky.
Okay, sir. Okay. Sorry, sir. I had the call. You know, I'm using one phone.
Okay.
Send me in. So I have to answer the call. So what I was saying is fully said. So nobody should put himself into confusion. If you say that you are confused, that statement is confusing Biafrans, that you are on your own, it's very, very clear. You understand? The statement is very clear. So we should just focus on our targets. And I want to also use this opportunity to greet our Deputy Prime Minister. That woman, in fact, she's wonderful, sir. She has really done great. You understand? But I know she's not the talking type to come out and be saying, but I know that she has done a lot of things. And also urging those Biafrans who are still listening to Okenkere to stop. To start. I don't know why I don't know why people cannot even understand and see the truth and follow the truth. Is it when it is too late? You understand? Even Okenkere, I'm also advising you, sir, come and say sorry and join the moving trend. Where you are, there is no road. Stop sabotaging what we are doing because of greediness. I don't know what I will say, but I know it's because of greediness. You understand? Something that you cannot do perfectly well. There are some people that are doing it perfectly well. Come and join them so that we achieve it once and for all. Not making a lot of Biafrans to be in disarray. Not making them to believe another thing. You understand? So come and join, because a lot of analysis has been made for that man, and they simply concluded that he is for the government. They just put him in order to make sure that they bring us down. But they are not going to succeed. They're not going to succeed. So, sir, I want to thank you so much and greet Biafrans too. May they continue to support our government, continue to support our government, so that at the end, victory will be ours. Thank you, sir. I'll be leaving you. Let me go to work.
I got you. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. It's been a long time. Thank you so much. I understand. Thank you. So, just as my brother have said, and we have listened, I'm still going to try to play that video again so that we can be able to listen to it together, to digest it properly for people who are still confused. But I have made a lot of explanation on that now, and we will have to. I see Chukwudi, go ahead, unmute yourself and speak to us. Chukwudi. Chukwudi, are you there? Chukwudi, obey. Unmute yourself. I can't hear you, Chukwudi. I can't hear you, Chukwudi. If you're there, unmute yourself and speak to us. If you're not there, maybe when you're ready, you can send back your request so that I can bring you in. When you're ready to speak, you send request, then I will bring you back in. So, my fellow Biafrans, wherever you are watching us from, wherever you are connected from, I urge you in the name of Chukwu, please don't get yourself confused. Always remain open-minded for every single information that comes in this course of Biafra. If you are not open-minded, you will definitely get confused. If you cover your heart with sentiment, you will get confused. Whatever message that, for you to be able to get the right message, you must listen to that message with an open mind. If you listen with an open mind, you will see the dot. You can be able to figure out the dot. If there is a mistake somewhere, if there is something that is not adding up, if there is certain things you must have to remove for you to digest the message, you will see it clearly. But outright condemnation, once you see a message, you go all out on propaganda. You go out or all out on condemning your brother or your sister. You go all out on attack. It doesn't make any sense. You will end up damaging that thing you think you want to repair. You will damage that thing you think you will repair. Because if I begin to analyze that very video and some other thing that happened and why those information should be left the way it is and move ahead, maybe you will realize that in your own side you might be making a lot of mistakes. So we must have to try as much as possible to focus on the unity of purpose that I always said. I've always talked about it, how to make sure that our land is safe. This is a very delicate time. So I welcome every one of you that have joined me on this morning program. Normally today used to be a day that Biafrans observe their civil disobedience. And the civil disobedience have not stopped. If within your own self, you chose to observe the civil disobedience today, you are entitled to that. Nobody can force you to stop, and nobody can force you not to. It is a decision. If you feel that you can make a sacrifice for your generation unborn, you have the right to do so. And if you feel you have done enough, that you cannot be able to start the pressure, you are still entitled to your opinion. We are in a very critical time, and we must be mindful of what we say, what we do, and how we do them. So I welcome everyone that is watching. Today is Monday, and once again, the conversation is sit at home. That is a major conversation. I knew that is what it's going to be because of the information that came. That is supposed to be a major conversation, and we will go into it. But let's be clear. I want us to be very clear from the start. Sit at home is not the problem. I want every one of you listening to me this morning to know, sit at home is not the problem. It is a signal. Sit at home is a message. Sit at home is a symptom of something much deeper, much more deeper. Before any one of you that is watching this program gets emotional, before you get emotional, before the propagandists kick in, because I know they are here, the propagandists are watching us, the emotional ones are here with us, before the paid analysts rush to TV station to go and do what they're going to say, or go to their studio and push their analyzing, before you do that, let us ask one honest question. Who truly represents the will of the Southeast people? That is the honest question that we need to ask ourselves. Who truly represents the will of the Southeast people? The Biafran people, the old Southeastern region. That is what I mean, the old Southeastern region. Who truly represents their will? Sit at home did not fall from the sky. It was not imported. It did not start on social media. Sit at home was born The moment the people realize that their votes don't count, their pain is ignored, their voices are silenced, their voices are filtered, their consent is assumed, not requested. That was the moment Sit at Home was born, fully. Sit at home is what happens when people feel unheard. When people feel unheard, whenever people feel unheard, that will happen. You don't wake up one day and decide to withdraw from a system that works. People withdraw when representation becomes a lie. That is why the Biafran people chose civil disobedience sit at home. It was born out of all that I have mentioned. Let's speak plainly, without fear, without insult, without exaggeration. Southeast politicians love microphone during elections. They disappear when decisions are made. They claim to speak for the people, but when was the last time they asked the people what they wanted? The politician in the Southeast, when was the last time they asked the people what they wanted? What do they want? The people of the old Southeastern region, Biafra people, has been asking for self-referendum, self-governance. They have been asking for self-determination. They have been asking for self-determination, a referendum to decide their fate. They have spoken loudly. Our Prime Minister, Mazi Simon Ekpa, went ahead to conduct a self-referendum which more than 60 million voted. How else are you going to know the voice of the people? How else are you going to know the decision of the people? How else are you going to know what the people wanted? But unfortunately, Southeast politicians has never stood up for the people. They have never spoken for the people. They claim to speak for the people, but when was the last time they asked the people what they wanted? Even when the people have told them, this is what we want, have they ever paid attention? The answer is no. And that gave birth to sit-at-home civil disobedience. The entire Biafra land demanded for the unconditional release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, as he's an innocent person. We shouted, we cried that he must be released unconditionally. How many politicians spoke the same way we spoke? How many politicians, governors, were able to carry our message to Abuja? That was why sit-at-home was born. The only time they come is during their campaign, during their photo ops, during press conference. That is the only time you see them. And they claim they represent you. Real representation requires consultation. Real representation requires accountability. Real representation requires courage. But in all of this, these criminals that parade themselves as politicians in the old Southeastern region, Biafra land, they do not consult their citizens to do what they want to do. They don't engage in consultation. That is why you saw Soludo using force to attack people in Onitsha market to stop the will of the people. These people are not accountable to the people. They have never been. No accountability whatsoever. We have seen so many other videos where Soludo is taking people's land, destroying farmland, rendering people poor, and many people have died out of heart attack because their land was taken by Soludo government. Real representation requires consultation. It requires accountability. It requires courage. But what do we see? We see a bunch of cowards. Cowards who cannot even go to demand for the freedom of their own son, who is innocent. Coward who in their own presence, their own son, Maazin Nandi Ukukano, was convicted without an existing law. Maazin Nandi Kano was convicted without an existing law. A repealed law was used to convict Maazin Nandi Kano. And he was in the court shouting, "Show me the law, show me the law, show me the law." With all the lawmakers that you have, people who claim to be lawmakers in Biafra, none of them have the courage. None of them have the courage to confront the government and tell them, confront Asarok and tell them that the law you are using to convict Mazen Nankan is a repeat law. None of them have the courage to confront their department to tell them, why would you allow a person to be convicted without a law against the law of the land? They didn't have that courage. They didn't have that courage. None of them had the courage to confront the truth or say the truth. But what do we see instead? Instead, what we see from them is silence when the people suffer. Very silence. You see how Biafran land is militarized. You see how Biafran life does not matter in Nigeria. You see the attack against Biafran people, even including people who want to save their life. Just look at the northern part of Nigeria. Northern part of Nigeria, the well-known terrorists that the whole world recognizes as terrorists, upon the fact that they are terrorists, their people are still protecting them. Their people even go to the extent of changing their names to bandit, calling them bandit, petting them, reaching an agreement, even giving them money, giving them so many of incentives. And they never change, they still remain there. But in our own side, silence is what we see when the people are suffering. When there is an injustice, the only thing you hear from them is an excuse. All the politicians, go and ask them, why is Mazen Nandekano convicted with a non-existing law? They will give you an excuse that the court has the final say. We will go to the appeal. Oh, the judge has the right to do what he did. Oh, there's nothing we can do. Oh, we will wait for political solution. Oh, it is not ended. Excuses upon excuses when injustice strike. Example, the case of Mazen Nandekano. Excuses. People that are supposed to represent you. And condemnation only when Abuja is watching. This is what we see in those who call themselves politicians in Biafra land. You cannot claim leadership while running from the people. That is not leadership. That is occupation with a title. What we have in Biafra land are people occupying the land with a title. We don't have leaders, not even one. No political leader in Biafra land, not even one. There is no political leader, no exception. The only people we have there are people occupying Biafra land with a title. Now let's talk about the noise. Every time the people speak, the propaganda machine wakes up. Every time the people come out to say their mind, the propaganda machine wakes up. Just like you are seeing the propaganda machine that is working now against the genocide that is going on in Nigeria, against the Christians, against the Biafrans, against other decent ethnic groups. Every time the people speak, the propaganda machine wakes up. Nigeria paid $9 million to silence the truth. The same thing in Biafra land. Look at the role Soludo is playing today. Soludo have tried, from his first tenure to now, Soludo have always tried to indict the Biafrans. Soludo have always tried to make us the oppressors, the troublemakers. Every time he comes online, he travels abroad. Go and check all his statements since he became a governor. Soludo have never spoken in the favor of the Igbos. Never. He had never spoken in the favor of the Anambra people. Anambra people, he has never. Go and check all his policies. One tax or the other, destroying of properties and all that. Destroying of businesses. And the recent one he did. Every time the people speak, the propaganda machine wakes up. Suddenly, sit at home is blamed for everything today. All of a sudden, sit at home has been blamed for everything, for the insecurity, for the failures, for the economy, for everything that you can think of. All of a sudden, they blame sit at home for it. Suddenly, contest disappears. Suddenly, root causes erased. Nobody is now talking about the root cause of the whole thing. Why did the sit at home start at the first place? The root cause of the sit at home. Why did people ever start the sit at home? Why is it that nobody is going into that argument? I have observed so many discussions in their network news, in their conventional media. Go to their conventional media. They will discuss and discuss. None of them will talk about the root cause. The root cause of the sit at home. Solving that problem. The root cause of the problem is the abuse and lawlessness in the Zoological Republic by continued illegal detention of Mazen Nandekan, illegal conviction of Mazen Nandekan without an existing law. Nobody is talking about that. Root causes erased completely. And what do you see? One narrative is recycled over and over again. One narrative is always recycled over and over again. Oh, they are enforcing it. Biafra agitators are the one forcing it. Liberation Army are the one forcing it. Biafra Defense Force are the one forcing it. They are enforcing sit at home. They are the ones forcing people not to come out. Narrative is recycled over and over and over and over, just to paint us evil. But the root cause, they never talk about it. They erase it completely from people's memory. Let's be honest. This propaganda is not accidental. It is paid for. The propaganda you are seeing against the Biafran people, against us, is paid for. It is not accidental. People are paid to confuse the Biafran people. People are paid to intimidate the Biafran people. Paid to exhaust the people into silence. But here is a problem with propaganda. It only works when people are asleep. Their propaganda can only work when we fall asleep as Biafrans. You must not sleep. Wherever you are as a Biafran, don't fall asleep. Remain awake. Keep your eyes wide open. How do you remain asleep? By keeping your heart pure and clean towards your own brother and your sister. If you don't listen to information or broadcast with an open mind, when an information comes, you don't listen with an open mind, you come with grudges, with the intention to attack. I might not be in the same platform with you. I might not be in the same group with you. I might not have the same opinion with you. You and I might not be have the same orientation. You and I might not have the same platform. You and I might not have the same belief. You and I may not be of the same religion. But when an information comes, please, can you have a clean heart to listen to that information? Listen to that information with a neutral heart, in a pure ground. Only then and then you can be able to speak in a defined manner that people can understand. Propaganda can only work when people are asleep. How do you fall asleep? When you fill your heart with envy, jealousy, greed, and hatred, your heart is already asleep. And every propaganda works for you. Every propaganda will catch you, including those that are irrelevant. Even things that you're not supposed to respond to, you'll be responding to them. But I thank Chukwu Okike Abiyama that many Biafrans are no longer asleep. We have seen it all. We have seen many dramas. We have seen many things come and go. Biafrans are not asleep. The Biafran people are not asleep. That is my joy. Every propaganda they push will definitely fail. Any propaganda against the Biafran freedom will definitely fail. You can buy airtime. You can buy headlines in all the newspapers, in all the media houses. You can buy the headlines. You can equally buy influencers, just as they have done. You see the way the drug baron in Asorok is buying influencers everywhere, creating groups here and there, buying everybody buyable. As we speak, every influential person in Nigeria is under Tinubu. Every influential person in Nigeria today, every influential person is under the city boys of Tinubu. They have bought all the influencers. But you cannot buy lived experience. You cannot buy lived experience. You can't buy it. The experience we have had, the things we have lived through, what we have seen and passed through, the things we have felt in our all the time in our life, in our lifetime, you can't buy it off. You cannot. You can buy airtime. You can buy headlines. You can buy influencers, but you cannot buy lived experience. You cannot convince a suffering people that they are comfortable. There is no way you can convince a suffering people that they are comfortable. You cannot shout peace at people who feel betrayed. You cannot. You cannot gaslight a population that is already awake. A population that is already awake, you can't gaslight us. Never. That is why every propaganda campaign collapses eventually. All their propaganda. You see, with all the machineries they are sending to the United States, paid $9 billion only to secure the wife of the president to attend a program. Not a state visit in the United States. Not a state visit. The first lady of Nigeria was only able to attend a function in the United States that had to be Christian. And because Donald Trump was attending that function, they smuggled her name in the remark. And Donald Trump mentioned her name. And did you observe that when Donald Trump mentioned her, he was looking for her where she is? You can imagine. Go and watch that video again. You see, after Donald Trump called her name, he was searching for where she is. She was hiding. But if it were to be something genuine, Canada would have even captured her. She will be in the front seat. Donald Trump doesn't have to observe. He doesn't have to search for her. Where is she sitting? The first lady from the most populated country in Africa completely disappeared in the crowd, and Donald Trump was looking for her. And some of us are not paying attention. Some people, that is what I say, when you see some people, the only interest was that Donald Trump mentioned her name. Oh, why is Donald Trump praising Tinubu's wife? Why is Donald Trump? He never praised Tinubu's wife. Costi demands that when you see somebody in an environment like that you say hello, you recognize their presence. That was not an approval or endorsement. What Donald Trump did was not an approval or endorsement. courtesy demand that you recognize. But if you have paid attention with a clear heart, you will see that Donald Trump was even searching for her. He didn't know where she was, to tell you that she was smuggled in. But of course, what Nigeria wanted is a propaganda machine, something they can use for their propaganda, and they successfully used it. And some of you equally were captured by that. And you got angry. Why would Donald Trump mention her name? Why wouldn't he mention her name? Why wouldn't he say hello to her? Why? This is why I say, when information comes in, when you see a video or information is passed, watch it critically, analyze it with a pure and clean heart. Push it on right, left, and center. Weigh it properly before you comment. Don't rush to push a comment. If you are not careful, you will help to promote propaganda. Do you know that some of us helped Nigerian government to promote that propaganda of Tinubu's wife? When you come and you type, why would Donald Trump recognize her? Why did he have to call her name? You are actually promoting the propaganda of Nigerian government. Some of you don't know how propaganda works. There are certain things that you will see. You will even ignore it as if you didn't see it. You will not mention it at all. It will just die naturally. There are certain things you will see, certain message you will see, certain content you will see. You won't talk about it at all. It will just fade up by itself. There are different ways to kill propaganda. And if you're not careful, you'll be working for your enemy, thinking that you're working against your enemy. You cannot gaslight a population that is already awake. We are awake. That is why every propaganda campaign collapses eventually, because truth doesn't need reputation. It only needs time. Truth does not need repetition over and over again. If you repeat it, it's just for emphasis. Truth does not need repetition. It only needs time, and it will manifest. The more lie they tell, the more people question, the more they attack, the more curiosity grows. This is why they are frustrated. The more you continue to attack the seat at home, you continue to preach hate against the Biafran people, you continue to attack either the Liberation Army or the Biafran forces. The more you continue to attack them, the more people question. The more people ask questions. Why are you doing what you are doing? The more they attack, the more curiosity grows. This is why they are frustrated. The Janjaweed, Nigerian government, the saboteurs, they are frustrated. This is why narratives keeps changing. This is why nothing they push is sticking. And it will never stick. The will of the people must stand. The will of the people cannot be arrested. Never, ever. It cannot be proscribed. It cannot be televised away. You think you can run your television programs? Oh, they are no longer talking about Biafra. Oh, they are no longer sitting at home. Oh, that is a waste of time. The will of the people cannot be arrested. It cannot be proscribed. It cannot be televised away. You can delay justice. You cannot suppress conversation. But you cannot permanently override collective consciousness. You cannot. History has proven this again and again. Every major change began as an inconvenience. Everyone that is listening, I want you to know that every major change began as an inconvenience. Every liberation was once labeled disruption. Every liberation that you know of, every genuine liberation was once labeled disruption. Every truth was one called dangerous. Every truth. At one point in time, people see it as dangerous. Oh, why are you saying that? Oh, you don't have to say that. Oh, you don't have to say this. Even though they know you are saying the truth. If you are watching this and you feel angry at this message, if you are watching this and you feel angry, that means you still care. If you feel confused, that means you are thinking. If you feel comfortable, that means truth is knocking. Do not let anyone outsource your thinking for you. Do not let anyone shame you onto silence. Don't. Don't allow anybody shame you onto silence. And do not let anyone tell you that your voice does not matter, because it does. Our voice matters individually. Wherever you are watching this program from, you must tighten up your belt, because the battle has just begun. The battle has just begun. Remember the word of Master Simon Ekpa. At the initial stage, when this sit-at-home was born, before it was born, Master Simon Ekpa said, a time will come when the Biafran struggle will be in autopilot. It will be in autopilot that everybody will take charge of responsibilities and begin to do things without being told. That was the prophecy of Master Simon Ekpa. And it was from that prophecy that they gave us the name autopilot. It wasn't that Master Simon Ekpa named the group autopilot. No. It was a prophecy he gave that a time will come when the struggle is going to be in autopilot. That people will do things on their own. People will begin to take decisions, and to the success of Biafra, to the effectiveness of the activation of Biafra. And that is why I tell everybody, wherever you are, that you must stand your ground. You must stay focused. Whatever area you think you can operate, whichever group you belong, focus on unity of purpose. Don't waste your garden time pushing propaganda or blackmail. Don't waste your garden time trying to convince somebody to come here or come there. No. When people see things reasonable and responsible you are doing, they will come along. Mazen Nandekam did not go to our houses individually to call us to come and join him. No. Mazen Nandekam did not come to our homes one after the other and begin to knock in our door. Or he did not come to force us that we must follow him. Likewise, Master Simon Ekpa. Master Simon Ekpa did not force anybody. In fact, he started alone when the pressure was so hot. Everybody that joined Master Simon Ekpa joined because they saw him doing something. They saw that truth in him, and everybody came out. We have entered to that period again. We have arrived at that same moment again. Every one of us, wherever you are, and the time is now. Yeah, welcome, Chukwudi. Are you there? Are you there, Chukwudi? I can't hear you, Chukwudi. Are you there? You've been there. I brought you in before. You couldn't speak. I removed and you sent message again. I brought you in. Are you there? If you're there, speak to me. I cannot hear you. I can't hear you. I can hear some noise there, but you're not speaking. That means you are not ready, or if you are having any problem with your system, just try and resolve it. and then you can come back later. So, my fellow Biafrans, wherever you are watching this program from, I urge you to reason properly and always focus on that which is right. And before we proceed, I think I would like to play that message again, the message that was delivered by the Biafra Liberation Army. The message that was delivered that some people are confused about, that some people are misinterpreting. I want to replay that message again. Maybe we will try to dissect it together, and that might help some people to understand it better. Let us listen to the message together once again.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, dear friends all over the world. Today is 7th of February 2026. This information is coming from the table of Triple General Igwe Botozo and Major General Gento de Yahoo and all the 40 state commanders in Biafra land. As the information reaching to my table to inform all Biafrans, order from the highest command of the Biafra Restoration Movement, Onyendu Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, has reached us that Monday sit at home is cancelled from today. Sit at home is a voluntarily and will not be enforced henceforth. Last Monday, sit at home, February 2nd of February, sit at home was a one-off event due to the Soludo's stupidity and will not happen again. Onitsha traders are Biafrans, and our children must return to school on Mondays, as commanded by our able leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Our job as guidance of Biafra land is to keep away Fulani terrorists from.
So before we continue, you have on that part where he's made it clear that the order he's reading came from Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, directly from Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. So it is not something new. The only thing that is this very message gives legitimacy to the Liberation Army that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu recognize their existence, recognize their presence. That is all I see there. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu recognize their existence and presence, because in most cases, this kind of message always goes to the people that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu recognize. That message always goes there. Just like when he came to our Prime Minister, Mazi Simon Ekpa Njoku, the message also came from the lawyers, and Mazi Simon Ekpa gave express reason why he will not obey that particular time. He gave an express reason why he will not obey. Even though at the beginning of the establishment of that sit at home, when it was called off by the DOS, Mazi Simon Ekpa encouraged Biafrans to obey the DOS. When it was called off, Mazi Simon Ekpa obeyed. But the Biafrans said no. The Biafrans refused to obey. And that was when Mazi Simon Ekpa followed the will of the people. And from then, continue to encourage the people to do what they feel is best for them. So from day one, this idea of enforcement has never been there. Monday sit at home has never been enforced. And Mazi Simon have been saying it over and over and over again. It is not enforced. It is not enforced. But this has been used to blackmail the Liberation Army for a very long time. This information was used, this sit at home was used to blackmail them. In fact, The bounties that were put on their head and the death penalty on their head today is because of the money sit at home. And that was the major thing that the DSS used to take the life of our people. The DSS used Monday sit at home, commit so many crimes and target on the name and the head of the Liberation Army. We kept silence. They push it on their head. Each time, every sit at home, when there is a death, they will say, Mazi Simon Eber, Liberation Army. Mazi Simon Eber, Liberation. Mazi Simon continue to tell them, nobody is enforcing this. Nobody. And they continue to push that narrative. Just as I was explaining before, narrating it over and over, they continue to repeat the same narrative. The same narrative, they continue to repeat it. Even since Mazi Simon was taken over for the picture, their conventional media continue to put him into it, and now they focus on the Liberation Army. They are enforcing it. Some people will even go underground and use the video of Liberation Army and talk on the top in the name of stopping sit at home. Meanwhile, they were not the ones. We have seen different kinds of group, and when they go there for operation, they say they are Liberation Army. We know very well. Soludo himself was sponsoring a false flag against it at home. Hope Uzodinma was sponsoring a false flag against it at home. Peter Mbak was sponsoring a false flag against it at home. People have been arrested. People exchanged fire with the police. After they were caught, one of them, they saw the ID card of DSS in their pocket. One they saw was a Fulani. People who were enforcing it at home. So from day one, we have never, ever enforced the sit at home. It is the will of the people. It is the will of the people. And it has always been. But Nigeria don't want to listen to that. They want to push a narrative that suits them. They continue to put that narrative, even for the past a year plus that man said was not in the picture. Nobody is forcing the sit at home. The Liberation Army has never spoken about the sit at home, and it's still going on. It's still going on by itself, running by itself. But every time they come, they try to indict them. And I think this message is very important. I am speaking based on my own understanding and what I think to the advantage of this message, because Soludo has a mission to indict the Biafran agitators. Soludo, one of his major missions is to indict the Biafran agitators and make sure that the sympathy we are winning from the United States dies a national death. He wants to make sure that he paints us the aggressors to the United States. That was why Soludo started by saying that all the criminal kidnappers he arrested in Anambra State are all Igbos. Soludo said that. It is not a propaganda against him. He said it on camera. That all the kidnappers, all the people committing crime he has arrested since his tenure are all Igbos. That's what Soludo said. Soludo went ahead to travel all the way to the United States. And when he was making a statement, he said that the people who are committing Christian genocide in Biafra land are Biafrans. That the people who are taking the life of people are Ikechukwu. And they were the one who conducted a false flag where they went and attacked a pastor and attacked a church. And they will target the Liberation Army. So this propaganda have lasted for a very long time. But at this point in time, where we enjoy a heavy amount of sympathy from the United States and something about to happen, and Soludo is working very hard to tarnish that very sympathy we have from the United States. That was why Soludo went and triggered the sit at home in Anambra State, attacking the Onitsha main market. It was an intentional act, so that by the next meeting, if the Liberation Army gave order and come out, then he would not tell the United States, I told you they are the one causing the problem. They were only looking for an excuse to send in troops to Biafra land, to destabilize Biafra land no more. But I bet you this was coming at the right time. Don't get it mixed up. Don't misunderstand it. This is something that has been there. There is nothing changed from what he has read and what we have known before and what is there. What he just read that is what has been there. No enforcement. Nobody anywhere enforces it. It started even when Mazi Simon was around. When DOS canceled it, Mazi Simon Ekpa also preached and told Biafrans, stop, obey the DOS. But they refused. Is he going to go to the house and begin to arrest them? No. What he did was to follow up and support the Biafra people. So, as you have seen this message today, the ball is on our court as Biafrans individually to take our decision and our stance. And now let us read on. Let him read on. Let's continue.
Is to keep away Fulani terrorists from our land. That is the tax our supreme leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, gives us. And we must follow it to the letter. No enforcement will be tolerated henceforth. Our traders should decide if they want to open or not.
No enforcement. Nobody is going to force sit at home anywhere. You have the right to decide if you want to sit at home or if you don't want to. It is your decision. The message is not stop sit at home entirely by force. No. Since they claim that it's going to enforce, that sit at home they say people are enforcing. Nobody is enforcing it. That is why the statement comes. You have the right to sit at home on your own terms. Nobody can force you to either come out or go in. It is something that has to be voluntary. Our people, the Biafran people, have the right to decide either to sit or not to sit. Pay cool attention.
Any intimidation from Soludo or any government will force us to react.
The sit at home will continue based by your own conviction. You can sit at home based on your own conviction, individually, the way you want it. If market people choose to come out, it is their business. If the schools choose to close, it is their right. If anybody makes any move to force them to come out against their will, that is when you are going to invoke the wrath of the people. The Liberation Army said they are not going to be silent if that happens. If Soludo or any politician or any group force people to come out, they will have them to contend with.
If Soludo is as stupid to lock down any shop in Onitsha, his family, house, and that of his in-laws will be destroyed too. We are peaceful people defending our land from Janjaweed killers, and we make no apology for that. Igbo politicians and the Nigerian should pray nothing happens to our supreme leader, Onyendu Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, because we would bring every politician children down, and Nigeria will burn. Our people should see what is happening in Yoruba land as an example of what happens to a lazy, cowardly people. Our supreme leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, secured our land by setting up Eastern Security Network, and we should all be grateful to him. And the Biafra Defense Forces, Biafra Liberation Army, Naval and Air Force hereby declare that it is our job to defend our land, and we must do it.
So that is the message. It is clear. The last part of it talked about their responsibility. The responsibility of the Liberation Army of Biafra, Biafra Liberation Army, their responsibility is to protect the land of Biafra, to make sure that the Janjaweed do not take over our land, which is the primary responsibility that was given to them by Mazi Nnamdi Kanu all the way from ESN. Many of the people you are seeing here were members of the ESN formed by Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. And that is why I believe Mazi Nnamdi Kanu didn't fit to communicate with them. Because in the very first message he sent, he said he commensurates with every group of Biafra, that he cannot even name them. There are so many. He said he commensurates with every group. And these people you are seeing are extract of the ESN. As we speak, there is no ESN existing any other way. There is no ESN existing anywhere. What you are seeing here is the ESN established by Mazi Nnamdi Kanu that was transformed into the Liberation Army by Mazi Simon Ekpa. That is what you are seeing. And they are going back to the order of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, to the responsibility given to them by Mazi Simon Ekpa to secure the land. They made it open. Security of the land of Biafra, to make sure that invaders do not take our land. So, if you listen to this very broadcast and you listen to it with a biased mind, with your how do I explain it? And some of us are so emotional and agitated that when you see things, you begin to look. When you see a program or you see an information, you begin to look for the angle to a counter. You will not even think about the positive aspect of information. That is one thing we should learn to do. Because most of us are so negative-minded. Many of us Biafrans today are so negative-minded that everything that comes out, you will continue to look at negativity. There was a program that Mazi Simon Ekpa made when he talked about that our negative mindset that we have had, that we don't even trust ourselves anymore. Mazi Simon Ekpa spoke about negative mindset, that we can't even trust ourselves anymore. Whenever you see an information, you begin immediately to think about how to debunk it, how to make it evil, how to counter it. You can't even see anything good. And you forget that in everything that is bad, there is some atom of good that you can use. There is something good you can utilize in it. No matter how stupid any idea is, no matter how foolish any comment is, there is something positive you can extract from it. And only wise men and women do that. Only wise men and women use the positive aspect of everything you give to them. In everything you give them, they must find a positive thing in it. That is the mindset we should own. That is the kind of mindset we, the Biafrans, are supposed to go along with today. Any information you see, find a positivity in that content. Not when you see a content, you begin to think of how to destroy it, analyze it, demonize it, simply because the person is not in your group. Simply because the person is not calling the name you want him to call. Simply because the person is not your religion. Simply because the person is not your tribe. He's not from your village, not from your local government, not your brother. Because of that, whatever comes there does not make sense for you. Well, if that is your own path, keep it to yourself. And those that have the same like manner, don't be a distraction to those who have come to make a point in this journey. There are so many of us in this journey that have dedicated themselves to pursue Biafra and Biafra alone. So many of us have committed ourselves to do everything we can, the little we can, to make sure that Biafran voice is being heard. We are doing our best to make sure that Biafra is presented before the world on a positive note, not on a negative note. We have had a lot of negative things pushed against us by the Janjaweed. We have a lot of negative things pushed against us by the Nigerian government, by the saboteurs, by the caliphate. We cannot continue to accept any negativity. We cannot now begin to create negative things by ourselves. We have had enough of negativities. It is high time we begin to think about positivity. See positivity in everything around you. Every information you see, extract the positive aspect and use it for your own good. There will always be something positive. If you are serious, and you're ready to do what you have to do. If you are serious, you are looking for freedom, you want peace, you want us to be free, you can always find something positive somewhere. You can always find something positive somewhere. Don't always be occupied with negativity. Don't always occupy your mind and your heart with things that are negative. That every time all you see is negativity. You become so negative that even things that will favor you, sometimes positive things that will favor you will be hidden in some negative things. You can't even find it. You can't dictate it. And you will lose out. My fellow Biafran that are watching, wherever you are watching, We have come to a time where we need to do things differently and think differently. Because the battle ahead of us is not a little one. It's not a small battle. It is a very strong battle that everybody must pay attention to. A very strong battle that we must not ignore. A very heavy battle that if you ignore it, it might generate something you can't believe and you can't control by yourself. That is why it is very important that we pay close attention. We know that the politicians have done their best and they took Mazen Nandekam all the way to Sokoto to silence him so that they can conclude their political drama. They took Mazen Nandekam all the way to Sokoto and keep him away so they can continue their political drama. But all the same, we cannot allow them to confuse us. We cannot allow them to use us to legitimize the evil in Nigeria. We cannot allow P2B to drag us into another legitimation of Nigeria. We must stand our ground. Within your own self, take your decision and know the right thing to do. Mazen Nandekam has sacrificed a lot for us. Doesn't he deserve something from us? Don't you think that Mazen Nandekam deserves something from us, individually as we are? I saw one video that a man on TikTok, one guy from the north, was insulting the Igbos and cursing them out for allowing Mazen Nandekam to be detained without doing anything, without making any effort to bring him out. And the guy, a northerner from Middle Belt, should be from Kaduna or from Plateau, was lashing out on the Igbos, cursing them out. Why would they allow Mazen Nandekam to be detained? And when you listen to him, what he said is the truth. Even though when he says it, you, that an Igbo person, when you see it, you get angry. His message was so brutal. He was so brutal against the Igbos and cursing them out. I couldn't even finish watching it because it was painful, what he was saying. But that is the truth. The truth pain. That is why I played the message of Mazen Nandekam. You see how brutal Mazen Nandekam was in that message I played before I started this program. If you didn't listen to that message, go and listen to the message I played before I started this program. That was the broadcast Mazen Nandekam made for El Zazaki. El Zazaki, another man. The Shiite Muslims. A Shiite Muslim that was detained and his family members, his children were murdered by the federal government of Nigeria. Mazen Nandekam made that program. Mazen Nandekam was so angry that he abused all the black race. He cursed out everybody. Go and listen to that program that's Mazen Nandekam speech that I played before I started this program. That is the only language our people hear. When you come with your brutal truth, don't look at their face. Tell them to their face. Shame them. That was how Mazen Nandekam was able to wake us up. So many of us, we cannot even, we wouldn't listen until when we are being dealt with properly. We don't listen. And Mazen Nandekam know that game very well. He preached a hard message and the knot was cracked. The knot was cracked. When I saw that message, it was so heavy. The way the guy was pushing that message, it was so heavy. It was so heavy. But that is the truth. So I'm asking you, don't you think that Mazen Nandekam deserves something from us? Don't you think? A man that has sacrificed everything that he owns in life. Mazen Nandekam doesn't even have a personal bank account. Everything he uses are given by free by Nigerians for well-wishers, by Biafrans. He doesn't own anything. He gave up his family, his father and mother into this struggle. Don't you think he deserves something from us? Don't you think he deserves something from us? If you think he doesn't deserve anything from us, then you're wicked. You are wicked, just like he said in that his program. You are wicked. Wickedness personified. Some of us, our heart is so dark. If we care about Mazen Nandekan, you will not wait for somebody to come and force you to do this or do that. You should know the right thing to do. You should know the right respect to accord to him. And if you're expecting Mazen Nandekan to tell you to sit at home from the detention, you are a mad person. You don't know what you're doing. You're an idiot. And henceforth, you are expecting the Liberation Army to come and enforce anything. You're an idiot. We have learned a lost lesson. Master Simon, one of his brokers, said that I am preparing you for what is about to come. Master Simon, in one of his books, he said, we are preparing you for what is coming ahead. That thing that is coming ahead has come. We want to know what you have learned. We want to see if truly you have learned anything at all. We want to know if truly you care, you truly care about your freedom, about Mazen Nandekan, about the well-being of your unborn generation. This is the time to show that you truly care. This is the time to show that you truly care. It is in your hand. It is in your hand. Nobody will represent you. Nobody will represent me. We have to represent ourselves. And that representation is now. It is now, not tomorrow. The opportunity has presented itself for every one of us to represent ourselves. If you don't, that is up to you. It's up to you. I believe the word of Mazen Nandekan that Biafra will come in such a way that no man will take the glory. And it is already happening. It's already happening. We know that some people will take the advantage to do one thing or the other, to push their propaganda or their blackmail. We know that. But at the same time, if you have been in this struggle long enough, you should know what is right to do and do it. So let's look up their information on the media. This one said, Mazen Nandekan Council Monday sit at home. Southeast Nigeria call for normal business. It's not a new news. This is something that has been there. It's not new. Nigerian Army transfer Abuja visa agent detained over visa dispute. Enugu record 406.7 billion IGR amid outrage over tax on dead bodies. You can imagine. Enugu State is crying for the tax they paid on dead bodies. Ask the governor, who are these dead bodies? That is what I want to know. Who owns these dead bodies that you are crying of the loss of IGR of 104.7 billion? 406.7 billion amid outrage over tax dead bodies. Over tax on dead bodies. Tax on dead bodies. Who owns these dead bodies? Who are they? That is the question people should be asking. Who are those dead bodies? They will not tell you. Or your police foil drug stockpiling operation in Ibadan. Seize Indian hemp, Canadian Lao in your state. That is what you see in Nigeria. Japan's Prime Minister Sane Takashi wins landslide snap election, secure lower house super majority. Congratulations to Japan, they've been doing it. This one say $1.5 billion spent on refinery with no fuel to show for it. Article blast NNPCL over Port Harcourt refinery. That is it. This is the country that some of you are jumping off to be part of. This is the country that some of you still praise. We know that some Nigerians, they see our message. A country that this $1.5 billion can be used to build a new refinery. It can be used to build a new refinery. $1.5 billion. It can be used to build a new refinery. But they spent it on refinery with no fuel to show. They spent it on renovation and whatever, the maintenance and whatever, with no fuel to show for it. Of course, even the man that is complaining is part of it. Every one of them. Whichever department they find themselves, they steal and loot, only to come and blame the next other department when they turn to their turn. Bandit kill forest guard, set motorcycle ablaze in Kwara community. Imagine. The bandit is still going. Kwara is. Remember Mazin Nandekano spoke about this Kwara. Mazin Nandekano spoke about it, even in this video that I played, the opening video of Mazin Nandekano I played. He spoke about this Kwara as far back as long time ago, almost how many years ago? Almost 7 years ago, Mazin Nandekano spoke about this Kwara that the Fulani want to take over by force. Fulani is working day in, day out to take over Kwara. And the man that made the revelation, today they give him life sentence and keep him in Sokoto. The man that revealed the evil that we are seeing today. Now you understand why the Fulanis hate him so much. You see why Fulanis don't want to see Mazin Nandekano? Because he was the one that blew the whistle of what is happening today. He blew the whistle of what is happening today. But instead of the government listening to do what they have to do, they attacked him because he's a Biafran. They demonize him. And they are plotting to take his life. They will never succeed in the name of Chukwu. Family accuses DSS of disobeying court order as Law Moses Odiri remains detained. That is the order of the day. DSS of Nigeria never obey law or court order. They never obeyed court order. They never come on to allow Mazin Nandekano pray was a trouble. To change clothes was another thing. To take treatment was, even to allow his lawyers to visit him in DSS was a problem. Even with court order. A very lawless country where people can wake up and do what they want. It's not new. Residents say Nigerian military arrested virtually every man in Igbo Amasere amid communal crisis. Imagine. They arrested every man, every male child was arrested in Igbo Amasere amid communal crisis. That is it. They came in and they arrested every male person. But if this would happen in the north, they will not take the same measure. If this same problem happened in the north, they will never take the same measure. It will be a different ballgame. But whenever it has to do with the Biafran people, the southeast, more especially, it's a different ballgame. They will come with all their arms and ammunition to take innocent life. Mad people everywhere. Edo police arrest 3 suspects behind doctor's kidnapping. Confirmed 2 arrested at Auchi Hospital. What is it? Gunmen repeatedly abduct nurse. Gunmen reportedly abduct nurse. 3 others at Edo Community Health Center, Edo State. Edo chapter has opened. If you go online, you see them. They are busy causing Igbo people. They are busy jesting, but their own area is invaded, and they will never do anything about it. They will never create awareness about it. They will pretend they don't even see it. Why the innocent are dying? 3 toddlers abducted by landlord's guests in a Boyi community, opposite Army Barrack. Imagine. Opposite Army Barrack. Moss said SpaceX to prioritize self-growing city on the moon over Mars. People who are looking for where to waste their money now. They've gotten the wealth, so they are looking for where to put the wealth. MRI X-ray results shows signs of brutal assault on activists Soweto after Lagos police detention. That is what they do. They assault you, they brutalize you, and nobody will speak for you. That is Nigeria for you. Top military officer shielding drug peddlers in Lagos community. Council chairman alleges. Of course, it's not a new thing. Every criminal in Nigeria that succeeds is connected to a military officer that are backing him up. Most of these criminal elements you see, they are connected to one military officer or another. It's not something new. So when you see this kind of a news, this is the order of the day. including fraudsters. All these fraud, when you say they create a fraud, most of them have police connections. They have colleagues that are backing them up. When we say end Nigeria, it is not just because of one thing. Nigeria, the foundation is smelly. A very dirty foundation. You must clean it from root, destroy it. Every region go back to their homes and establish a new, complete, brand new country. You can never amend Nigeria. You can never amend anything with that name because that is the way the British wanted to function. It is serving for the purpose for which that name was given. You see why we continue to ask for the end to that contraption. Top military officers shielding drug peddlers in Lagos community. Council chairman alleges, not just a street person, council chairman and allege you, not just any other person. Look at this one. Terrorists kill community watch officer. Terrorists kill community watch officer. Steal rifle in fresh Kasina attack. Kasina, the hometown of the late criminal, late fraudster Buhari. His hometown. Their own terrorism, you know the end. They are in the front line. Them and Kwara. It's every week, every day, new attacks. Sir, rank is not a license for misconduct. It's a privilege that can be withdrawn. Say AGF. Which AGF? This one? The criminal man. Maybe this one. Maybe another one. All of you are criminal. Answer AGF. My food. Nigerian suspects shoot. Nigerian suspects shot during anti-drug operation in South Africa. How's it? Occupying NAS protests storm NAS over Senate's rejection of real-time election result transmission. Now, only protest. If protest finish, you go home, they do what they have to do. That's what they can do. Benue Police order inspector who attended departmental selection board to report for documentation. Kwara Senator Ashiru announces 2027 governorship bid days after terror attack killed 170 in Woro. Mad people. They don't have conscience. They care about human life. They only after their own personal and selfish interests. Moscow says Ukraine ordered assassination attempt on Russian General Alexeyev for $30,000. Imagine, just for $30,000, he went to take an innocent life. And the idiot has been arrested. Nigerian Air Force driver suspected of drug use kills 6 in Enugu Road accident. Imagine. Nigerian Air Force driver suspected of drug use. You see him? An Air Force driver. After he goes smoke drug, he can't drive. Kills 6 in Enugu Road. In Enugu, Air Force driver. That is how all of them. That's how you see them. All of them in the southeast after smoking all those their ganja, they come there and they begin to take innocent life. They go and bomb properties, innocent people that did nothing to them. They destroy their homes after they went to smoke. Look at it. And when we say it, they say, "Oh, you are demarcating Nigeria." Who is demarcating your Nigeria? Who is demarcating you? You are not even in the market before. How are you going to demarcate something that's not even in the market? You are not in the market. So who is going to waste his time to go and demarcate something that is not even in the market? Maybe if you were in the market, we talk about demarcating you because you are in the market. But you are not in the market. Mad people everywhere. U.S. Christmas Day airstrike in Nigeria, a blessing. More expected, First Lady Tinubu. Nonsense. Yeah, no, this is the kind of propaganda. Somebody who went to attend a Christian gathering in the US. Eventually, Trump was there. And all this is the plan of the lobbyists, $9 million. The $9 million they paid was just to allow him to attend the program where Trump will attend the program. It wasn't a state visit. That even when they gave Trump the name that she's there, Trump was even looking at her, searching where she is. He didn't even know. She wasn't even in the crowd. I don't know where they hid her. Go and watch the video. You see Trump putting his head to look. Where is she? Where is she? Is that not a shame? If it were to be the most populous country in Africa, your first lady disappeared in the crowd, that Donald Trump couldn't even find where she was. Even when they have maneuvered and manipulated her name into his speech. And only to come and use it as propaganda. US, everything you see her posting now is US. Now you want to create impression that you are working with US. Propagandist, nonsense and ingredient. Don't change the evil that people do live with them. This is the most hateful woman on earth. Very tribalistic. She was caught on video. She doesn't even hide it. Her hatred for Igbos is not hidden. Nonsense. Tax firm Alphabet linked to Tinubu's sack 8 workers, suspend and over alleged whistleblower. Alphabet, we have always known their case not the finish. No be Tinubu, now Tinubu agent now. Alphabet that Tinubu used to steal Lagos State dry. Now the Tinubu himself is the president. What do you expect? Their crime continue. Shallow graves found in Ebonyi, Amasri, amid communal violence. Army launches probe amid troop deployment. Yeah. The Zoological Republic is not a place. It's not a place that anybody should wish to be. Nigeria is not a place that any sensible person should wish to be. That is why the genuine people are always asking to leave that Zoological Republic. The only people that care about humanity today are those who are asking and calling for the end to the contraption called Nigeria. Apart from that, any other thing you are seeing is all a scam. Let us take a quick break before we come back for the final round of this very program.
Don't follow for God. Them say Tinubu don't follow for God. Tinubu don't follow for God. He want to take it, that's the top of our head. Senate house fall and the criminals, country military fall and the terrorists, injustice on motor shop forget law for inside God. Changaro Republic at the government. Abubakar Malami don't fall for God. Them say Sheikh Kukumi don't fall for God. Because Donald Trump don't come to Machamo. He go matching Boko boys, matching terrorists. As the government knows a big way for kidnapping to stop. I make it don't fall for God. Them make Nigerians see one die for suffer.
You're welcome back. Thank you for patience and being with us all this while. I appreciate everybody who has connected. I can see Okuchukuli there. Okuchukulio, I can see you there. Speak to us. Let's hear you. We can't hear you, Okuchukulio. Unmute yourself.
Good morning, Biafrans. Good morning, Mazi Chooks.
Good morning, my brother. You're welcome.
I just joined in and I have not. I'm just listening to know exactly what you people are talking about.
Oh, okay. We've been here for almost 3 hours now. We are even almost rounding up. We are speaking just more especially, we talked about the sit-at-home issue and the video that was made by the Liberation Army and the fear of the people, the concerns of the people. We will try to address the concern of the Biafran people. That was what we did, and encourage Biafrans to hold their ground. The struggles now is in our hand. Everybody have to take decision try to let the Biafrans understand the purpose of that very video. It was not meant for harm. It was not for harm. It's an opinion. Everybody had entitled an opinion, but from every other thing I saw there, it was meant for harm, and it was not an attack on the seat at home. It's just to be able to exonerate Mazen Nandekano and the Liberation Army also, because of the situation of things now and U.S. attention on Nigeria and the plans of the governors, mainly Soludo, to indict Biafrans, to indict Biafrans in the atrocities happening in Nigeria, to divert attention. So I believe that was why those things were said. So the sit at home individually still stands. If you want to sit at home, it is your own duty to do that. Nobody can force you to come out, and nobody can force you to go in. So it depends individually to do what they want to do. That's how we treated and encourage Biafrans also to remain steadfast. Don't get discouraged. There's no point people going on personal attack or trying to always read negative meaning into everything you see. Sometimes we have to be positive-minded to guide ourselves so that we don't expose ourselves to danger and be doing the work of the enemies for them. So that's all. We spoke a lot. So we're almost rounding up before you came in. So if you have any message for the Biafra, just go ahead and talk to us. Let's hear you.
Okay. Thank you. Well done for the good work that you people have been doing for on behalf of the Biafran people and the Biafran government. It has become a very much imperative that we neglect most things that we should be doing and focus on something that doesn't matter. I was surprised to see online the post of in the makeup talking about the abolish of sit at home. The people who are supposed to protect and guide the people are the ones now trying to mock Biafra. I guess all this why these people were not around. Maybe they have been compromised. I don't think they are saying what they are saying with their clear eye. Maybe they have been well.
Did you listen to the video?
Sir.
Huh?
You said?
Did you listen to the video they made, the Liberation Army made?
Yes.
So in that video, does it suggest that they stop the sit at home? Huh?
They suggest that they should sit at home should stop.
That means you did not listen to the video. Maybe I will play it again for you to listen.
Maybe I have to revisit again.
Yeah, go and repeat it. Don't listen to the first. Don't listen to the first part. Don't listen to the first part and stop. You have to listen to the message in whole. This is not a new message. It has been there. It's just like the first time it was delivered to Martin Simon Ekpa, and Martin Simon Ekpa rejected it and gave a reason why he did so. In this portion now, they repeated the same message and said that people have the right to sit at home on their own. The only thing that changes is that no enforcement. The propaganda on the sit at home is only enforcement. Enforcement is the propaganda. And that is what Soludo is using to indict the struggle. So when I see that, I don't see that as an attack on the sit at home. Neither I saw it as an exoneration to exonerate the struggle and also Mazen Nandekan on what is happening. So listen to the program completely. Don't watch only the first part and you don't conclude the first part. If you want me to play it, I can play it for you here so that you can be able to listen to it properly.
Okay. ab initio, sit at home has been a voluntary something by Biafrans. But it's the Nigerian government and our Southeast politicians that has been politicizing it and using talks and police and military personnel to harass people on those days that is meant for sit at home. We all know that no one had forced anybody that you must not come out or that you must sit at home. It is a voluntary something that we all accept as a Biafran to demand for the release of our leader.
Yes.
But it's unfortunate when
oh, we can't hear you. We can't hear you. We can't hear you. Your network, I think you have a network problem. We can't hear you. We cannot hear you. We can't hear you. I think you have a network problem. Check your network. I don't know whether if you have a call. Check your network. Okuchuku, check your network, or you can just go out and come back in again. If you are listening there, Okuchuku, we are not hearing you. Just go out and come back again. Go out and come back again. Yeah, go out and come back again. So as we are saying, many people are still misunderstanding that. I have said it time and time again that if you want to understand that message, keep your sentiment aside. Listen to the message with a pure and clean heart. You will understand it. The Monday sit at home. The propaganda against Monday sit at home has always been that it is being enforced. And when they preach that propaganda of being enforced, the attack is on Mazi Simon Ekpa and the Liberation Army. The project of changing the narrative or removing the sympathy we are winning from the United States today, that is being sponsored by Soludo, is to reintroduce that very narrative, which their media will always carry. Till tomorrow, they are still carrying it. Some of the saboteurs are still carrying it about the enforcement. Some people are still going on the ground. Their false flag operation is still going on. You still see some people go and make video and say they are enforcing it. So in order to exonerate Biafra, exonerate Mazi Simon Ekpa, for the past one year plus now, nobody is talking about it. And Soludo, because of his mission of indicting Biafra, activated it again. It was Soludo that activated it again. So to complete that exoneration and keep ourselves out of this very discourse of enforcement, that message was delivered. If you listen to the second part of it, it is spelled out clearly that every Biafra have the right to sit at home on their own. They have the right to continue to sit at home. It is their right. Just as they continued. At the first time it was introduced, the DOS said, stop. Mazi Simon Ekpa even said, obey the DOS and stop. The Biafrans said no. It is the same scenario that we are finding ourselves now. So there is nothing different. Don't watch that very broadcast with sentiment. Don't watch it with anger. Don't watch it with envy, jealousy, or because the person is in your group or not in your group. No. Watch it with an open heart. Having Biafra at heart. Having the security of life and property of our people at heart. Considering the situation we are in. When you consider all this, you listen to that program from the beginning to the end with an open mind, you have no reason to criticize it. You will have no reason to criticize it, except you have a different agenda. If you have a different agenda or different thing that you're pursuing, that is your own personal problem. That's your own personal problem that you are entitled to deal with and go ahead with it. So I have explained it, and I explain it again. So anybody, sometimes when we hear things or when we see things, go and take the video, digest it, and listen carefully. Listen carefully, because even that video that they made, the saboteurs are going to use it for propaganda. The governors are going to use it. So many people are going to use it to achieve their own different interests. But look at the motive, the positive motive. on that very video. Look at it. Look at the positivity in that very video. When you do that, you will have no reason to worry yourself. All we need to do is to continue to talk to each other, continue to educate one another, give ourselves the reason to continue to speak, the reason to continue to fight, the reason to continue to pursue our freedom, the reason to continue to ask for self-determination. Give ourselves reasons to stand in for Mazen Nandekano and make any sacrifice, including sit at home if we choose to. It has to be a choice. We have said it time before now, but they continue to push that narrative. Now it can be said once again. We must continue. Don't get it mixed up. So I appreciate my brother. I think he has a network problem. He couldn't be able to come in again. He couldn't be able to come in. His network was really bad. I pray that Chukwu Okabiam will give us the strength, the energy, the power to continue to go on this very journey until we win. Because it is not an easy, it's not an easy journey. If anybody tells you it's going to be easy, it is not going to be easy. So my fellow Biafrans that are watching, we are going to end the program here to come back in the evening by the grace of Chukwu Okabiam and touch on more other issues and also on this very particular program. Wherever you are watching from, if you are watching from Biafra land, Asia, Europe, America, Australia, Canada, wherever you're watching from, I urge you in the name of Chukwu Okabiam to please continue to be strong. Continue to act for your freedom. Don't ever give up. No matter what happens, never give up. Focus. And I bet you Chukwu Okabiam will definitely fight your battle. Wherever you are watching from. Thank you so much for joining. I appreciate every single one of you that is in this program today. May Chukwu Okabiam guide and protect you. May Chukwu Okabiam guide and secure you. No weapon formed or fashioned against you shall prosper. I pray for our Prime Minister Mazi Simon Ekpa Njoko and our Supreme Leader Mazi Nandekano. May Chukwu Okabiam guide and protect them, secure them, and bring them back to us very soon. Thank you so much for watching, wherever you're watching from. Stay blessed and see you again next time. Bye-bye, everybody. See you in the evening.
Them say Tinubu don't follow for God now. Tinubu don't follow for God now. He want to take it, that's the chop of our head. Senate house fall and the criminals, concrete military fall and the terrorists. Injustice on motor shop forget law for inside court. Kangaroo republic at the government. Abubakar Malami don't fall for God now. Him and GFCC put leg for shit. Them say Sheikh Kukumi don't fall for God now. Because Donald Trump don't come to Machamo. He go matching Boko boys, matching terrorists. As the government knows the way for kidnapping to stop. I make it don't fall for God now. They make Nigerians see one die for suffer.
The temple himself, the general, you are welcome to our barrack. Moisa, the Igbo Butuzo, the general himself of Biafran Armed Forces. We welcome you, sir. Jimauti man, gallant man. Gallant man.
The very oldest language on the face of this earth. Chico Bikabia Mapuni, Chineke, and son of the winner of Salamina, and I was a house of Yanina Jama, and Yanaka Faros, Obanana, all the other and then saw no one Because you will make a difference with your source and we're not going to
But you know what? They will like you to believe that someone is the cause of it. No. I am the solution, and the only way they can get to you is by kicking me out, which is not. I have come. Look what you do. After I am done with Nigeria, Biafra will be free and enjoy freedom. Biafra will know the importance of freedom. And what happens in 5 years to come. Thank you.
Anyone say